All right, guys. So I want to take a look here at some Galaxy stuff. So first, I want to look at Photon Jumper kind of as like a starter. I feel like we have Galaxy Wizard, and Photon Delta Wing are our deck starters. But I kind of want to mess around with the idea of Photon Jumper being not a one card starter, but a two-card starter if we have another card. So see, the only dilemma is the fact that like Galaxy Wizard, the end boards that this card puts out are not as good as they used to be once we get the new stuff here out of the new Duelist pack. Photon Delta Wing definitely propels to the best normal summon, but Photon Jumper is a pretty solid normal summon. So let's go ahead and take a look. If I draw Photon Jumper, plus either Vanisher, Orbital, or Galaxy Soldier. So there's going to be the same end board no matter which one of those three I draw. So we're going to actually normal summon out the Photon Jumper. We are going to special out the Vanisher, use the Vanisher's effect to grab a copy of the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to our hand. And after we do that, we're going to go ahead and XYZ summon out into the Galaxy Photon Dragon. Now I'm going to use his effect to go ahead and detach a jumper. I'm actually going to get a double search here. I'm going to get a search for the Galaxy Soldier off of our Galaxy Photon Dragon, and then I'm going to use Photon Jumper's effect Engrave to go ahead and grab us a copy of Galaxy Expedition. So after we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire off the Galaxy Soldier, pitching the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. We're going to go Chain Link 1 Soldier, Chain Link 2 Galaxy Photon Dragon to make him a level 8, and then we're going to get a search. Our search is actually going to be for the brand new Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. We're going to go ahead and activate the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal from our hand, special summon it. Now, I did see a video a couple days ago, maybe it was yesterday, but basically it had you summoning out 107. I don't want to say it's not good because I don't feel like I have the Galaxy Eyes qualification to say that, because I'm not like an expert on the deck, but I just really like my combos ending on 4 negates and then 1 interruption. And if you do Tachyon stuff, like, you still get a decent end board, but I don't connect with that end board. Like, I really like the way that we're making this end board here, and we're going to make this end board so that I end up with the Link. We're going to end up with a Link, a Monster Negate, a Spell Negate, and then 2 Omni Negates off of these 2 Tachyon Transmigrations. And then we're going to get out into number 90, which cannot be destroyed. So, there's that. We also have, I just feel like that this is a pretty solid end board here. And what's my opponent gonna do? They need to basically draw multiple 1-card starters and multiple outs to this. Because evenly matched, we just activate the Tachyon, Dark Road No More, Forbidden Droplet. If my opponent has a trap card and they activate Forbidden Droplet to stop the Tachyon Transmigration, good for you, GG. But so that's Photon Jumper. I want to look at I kind of want to look at, what else do I want to look at here? So what's interesting, though, is how many cards Photon Delta Wing combos with. So Photon Delta Wing actually combos with Soldier, Orbital, and Jumper very, very well. Combos very well with just opening up. And when I mean combo, I mean like you open up with literally Photon Delta Wing plus any of these cards, and you're looking at damn near full combo with all of these. So guys, let's go ahead and look at this top row here. And then I think Wizard and then also Vanisher are decent, like semi-decent combo. But basically, Photon Delta Wing plus all of these cards is going to lead you, I believe, to at least 2 Tachyon Transmigration and number 90 and number 38. So let's go ahead and take a random one. So Photon Delta Wing plus, let's say, something like Galaxy Expedition. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So obviously we're going to summon out the the Photon Delta Wing. He's going to special summon a copy of himself from deck. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some Galaxy Photon shenanigans. We're actually going to go ahead, since we've normal summoned already, we're going to go ahead and do that. And, oh, I miss. Oh, actually, you know what? We can send it to the graveyard. And then, little bit of a misplay on that one. Actually, I'm going to restart that, my bad. We're going to go ahead, we're going to go Photon Delta Wing and do the same thing, get that back out. Get to the Galaxy Photon Dragon. And just thinking off the top of my head, you are going to want to go for the brand new guy, the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. You can get him out because we have him. And once we get that out, we're going to get our sweet Surge of Tachyon Transmigration, which is one of the most beautiful cards ever made. And we're going to go ahead and go Galaxy Expedition. Galaxy Expedition will then get us not to the Aftermath, but in this case, we want to get to Soldier. We're going to activate Soldier to get the Aftermath, and we're going to make Soldier level 8. Search the Aftermath, Afterglow, my bad. We're going to special that out, because once you use that, it's actually going to get you to a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Activates effect on summon. I mean, like I said, there are other ways and routes that you can go where you go for Galaxy 100 and then you get the extra deck hit, where I feel like just having that Omni negate, having a double Omni negate. And I know there's some where you can go for 3. I think playing 3 would be way too bricky in the deck. I think 2 is a perfect number. 1, I don't think it's enough. I think 2 is like the Goldilocks zone, that sweet spot. But so again, we're getting this massive amount of interruption just off of 2 cards. So now, again, I'm going to start with a 5-card hand. If I had one more card, I could probably turn this into 5 interruptions. So right now we have 4. All we would need is 1 extender to have linked away, and then ba-bam. So let's go ahead and look now. So I did that with Galaxy Expedition. Let's go ahead and take a look at something like, let's go ahead and take a look at Galaxy Soldier and Photon Delta Wing. So we're going to start off with Photon Delta Wing. Photon Delta Wing is going to go ahead and grab us another one from deck. And one thing I feel like I really didn't play this deck until I watched a Complex video. Okay, so if you don't know who Complex is, he's kind of like not the guy, but like there's not a lot of Galaxy Eyes players who are on YouTube, but I feel like he's like a guy. Maybe he's not the guy, but he's definitely a guy. Who's kind of like really sparked my interest in this deck. And we're gonna go Chainlink 1 Galaxy, Chainlink 2 Jumper, and then Chainlink 3 to Chain Block that Ash if my opponent has it, to make him a level 8. But he's definitely kind of turned me on to this deck. And I really just enjoy the combos that this thing puts out, because it does a lot of things that most decks don't do, and it has a lot of advantage that most decks just don't have. And yeah, why did I even have to think about that? It's a fun deck. It's really something that I would advocate if you don't know how to play it, or if you don't know, definitely check it out, learn it, because I have a feeling that, it's not going to be like a #1 meta deck, but I feel like with the new support, this could definitely hit rogue status, just because of how good a lot of these cards are, unless they somehow see a ban, which I highly doubt that, because they're good. They're not like epically broken. They're pretty good, but like, see, okay, now for example, with this deck, okay, let's say for example, we know what our opponent's playing. Okay, if I know for sure my opponent's playing and they have like an extra deck piece where they only have like 1 or 2 of it, when you summon out your Gluxion at this point, you can go for Galaxy 100 and then kind of go from there. And that's kind of where I feel like the deck kind of diverges, where like, if you know what your opponent's playing, I would then say go for Galaxy 100. But I feel like at this point, just blindly playing it against an opponent, you're going to want to have as many Omni Negates as you can have. Just personal preference. If that's not your playstyle, it's not your playstyle. But I just think that, like, look at that. And now what's my opponent going to do? Solid end board. So that's what, soldier, orbital, and jumper. Now, I mean, there could be better routes. Let's run that again. Let's see if I missed anything. So maybe I could have played that slightly differently. Let's check it out. I'm just gonna see if there's any way I could have maybe changed up the route a little bit. So let's say if when I get to this point, now I pretty much need expedition. I should have went for jumper, and then yeah. So there's really not much variation to that. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at opening something like Galaxy Wizard, and who else do I want to open? Galaxy Wizard plus maybe jumper. So basically, I mean, this is pretty. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna go for the obviously you're gonna go for the Galaxy Soldier. And again, some of these combos are subject to change because of what you have in your hand. So we're going to go that, and then we're going to use the Galaxy or the Photon Jumper. Now, Photon Jumper is actually going to go ahead and get us the Galaxy 100 in this situation. And I'll show you why, because we're going to add up here the Galaxy Summoner. We're going to go for the 100 to pitch the Emperor. After you pitch the Emperor's obviously going to get you another normal summon. You're then going to get out into Summoner. Summoner is going to recover the Wizard. You're going to special up the Wizard, and you're going to actually change that guy to a level 4. You're going to go ahead and make the Galaxy Photon Dragon, who is going to go ahead and grab you a copy of Galaxy Expedition, and then you're going to use Wizard's effect to off him at a Galaxy card in your hand. You're going to add the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. You're going to special it out. And honestly, I feel like, ironically enough, this is probably the best combo, because I think this one ends on 100 and then 2 Tachyon. So this basically has 6 interruptions. Now, it's not... it sucks because it's Wizard. I feel like Wizard kind of went down a little bit in viability just because of how good the new support kind of works with Photon Delta Wing, because like the support it doesn't want to use Trance. So I've effectively kind of cut Galaxy Trance from my deck. So that kind of means that we don't really have, like, the Wizard plays aren't as good because Wizard was heavily reliant on Galaxy Trance. Now I feel like we're not, and I'm kind of excited to see what that last card is, because I really hope it's a Searcher or something that is, or maybe like a new Trance that's not Galaxy dependent, which would be pretty dope. Alright, so we're going to actually go ahead and... Wait a minute. Because I expeditioned out our boy Aftermath, Afterglow. I always do. I don't know why. I always want to call it Aftermath. We're going to add Afterglow back to hand, and then you can resummon it, giving you... So this is the most broken end board, because we have the Link. We have number 90, we have number 38, we have 2 Omni Negates, and then we're going to go ahead and pass turn to our opponent. What we're going to do is during our standby phase, I had chain off, during the main phase or standby phase, we're going to go ahead and add a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to our hand, and that makes Soul Flare live. You have a spell negate, a monster negate, 2 Omni Negates, and then an extra deck pop if you summon out Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which we would have done last turn. But yeah, this thing just it's looking pretty good. I don't really understand the point of Galaxy Wardrake. Like looking like in hindsight, I actually think that card was completely wasted. Um, I don't know why Konami decided to release that card or well, not release it, but I guess announce it if they knew they were making all of these, which kind of completely outclass it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to play one of it, but I wouldn't imagine. I would imagine that it would theoretically it would be better to play two Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal than one Wardrake. But I mean, I have it in the build just because. Um, so guys, this is the Slifer Slacker. It's been fun. I apologize for not streaming. We are gonna be doing the giveaway tomorrow. So if you're not a channel member, maybe consider joining the channel. Um, we're doing a bunch of giveaways going forward. So guys, help me, help you, help yourself. Slifer Slacker, get your game on. Later, guys.